Hey everyone, my name is Jason Skipton. I'm the Executive Director with Growing Gardens. Well, it's October, and guess what? This is our last Chef in Your Garden dinner of the entire series this year. We've had an amazing series, amazing dinners and experiences and music and playlists and videos. So first, thank you all so much for participating in tonight's dinner. And also a big thanks to Chef Eleni for really providing an amazing feast, an Ethiopian feast for us to then really gather around as we're celebrating fall and also tremendous harvests that are happening right now in Oregon agriculture. So big thanks to you all. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate your support throughout this entire series as well. If this is your first dinner, awesome. Thanks so much for being a part of it. Also, if you've had many dinners, really appreciate your support over this entire year. Really see this as an exciting way to really wrap up our 2021 series, really with Eleni, and some amazing partnerships, right? From Good Rain Farm, Farm DC, also Wild Roots, and providing this amazing cocktail in our basket today, and also to Wilderton for non-alcoholic spirits that are in our baskets. Rise Up Revenues for all of you folks who were able to pick up. It's a local farm that's actually making these really cool medicinal herbs and tinctures and salves, and so this is one for your hands. I know we've been using lots of hand sanitizer the last 18 months, so really good way to then engage and kind of bring that moisture back into your skin. Also, big thanks to GoBox. GoBox is the containers that you see in there. They're the green containers. These are reusable containers, not for you, but actually for them to go back into the system. So dropping them off at any local New Seasons or any place that you can find on GoBox's website, they have an interactive map to then find where to return these. If you could, please return these containers as quickly as possible because they need to be put back in the system so then another restaurant or another event can then use them. That's part of the closed cycle economy of reusing these containers, and it's also upping our game around sustainability. So big thanks to New Seasons Market, who's been a partner, our sustainability partner, to then increase our awareness, but also how to increase single-use plastic that's going into landfills right now. Masa Fresh has been a huge sponsor for this entire series. Check them out and the work that they're doing really around creating online farmers markets. Thriving Design, there's going to be sea bites in there in your bags today to really think about how to then create trellises in a fun and creative interactive way. Freeform PDX, hopefully you have that queued up in this email. Next is the playlist that Freeform PDX and Eleni have worked on to then create really an experience, right? So you have the meal, but also listening to Ethiopian music as well. To Portland Nursery, who is our dinner sponsor for tonight, a big thanks to Portland Nursery and the tremendous work that they're doing in our community, but also supporting this dinner as well. Then to Richard and Helen Phillips Foundation for providing a series sponsorship, but also to really provide support for our chefs who are participating in the series. And then also to Paul and Susan Jane Brown, who've been longtime supporters of Growing Gardens, but in particular for this series as well. So thank you all so much. Really hope you enjoy this meal, this playlist, this experience, and this time around us, right? That we're in fall. Celebrate with one another, right? It's something to really take time to do, especially now as we've been really going through a lot of hard times. So thank you all so much for your support. Enjoy this meal. Take care.
I'm Eleni. My company is Eleni's Kitchen, Ethiopian food. So we make Ethiopian sauces and spices. And so the sauces are base sauce for someone who wants to make Ethiopian stews. So basically this is traditionally when you make Ethiopian stews, there's always sauces you make before you add the protein. And that's what I try to make. So I first made this product for myself. I used to have a 9-to-5 job where I was busy, and I was wishing if there was an Ethiopian food product where you can buy from stores that's convenient and easy to use, and there was none. So I ended up making the sauces. So they're great for vegetarians. You can use it for stir fry and also making Ethiopian stews. And so it's basically to share the spices and flavors I enjoyed growing up in Ethiopia. Yeah, so for this basket, it's Ethiopian vegan food. So in Ethiopia, the food mostly is vegetarian, vegan by nature, and one of the influences for cooking vegetarian in Ethiopian food is the religion. Like I grew up in Addis Ababa, that's the main city in Ethiopia, and the main culture there, I mean religion, is Orthodox Christian. And in the Orthodox Christian, there are many fasting days throughout the year. So when you're fasting, you're not eating until midday or 3 p.m. But when you eat, the food has to be vegan, no animal products. And that's like Wednesdays, Fridays, and for Easter, before Christmas. So most of the year, people will be fasting. So our food is usually legumes and like chickpeas, lentils, and vegetable for side. So when there is a holiday during those fasting days, so people make all these different kinds of vegetable food to make like a buffet. So it feels like a celebration food, and that's what I try to make with this basket for this menu. So different groups of vegetables and different legumes, like what I used to enjoy when I was in Ethiopia. I do see like in Portland there is a need, a lot of people into vegetarian and vegan food, and Ethiopian food is what mostly consists of the vegetarian, and using different techniques of adding spices and making the dishes really like one of the dishes that we make. For example, I have the collard greens, which we boil and then add garlic to it and olive oil with just a little bit of seasoning, and making really great dishes out of like all these different vegetables. And when we make stews, we simmer the sauces for a long time to add lots of flavor to the legumes, for example, lentils. And it's really a great choice, I would say, for anyone who is really into vegan and vegetarian. And most of these dishes are also simple to cook. So I think they could be a great alternative for any vegetarian, vegan food, Ethiopian dish. Here we have like a typical Ethiopian plate. So if you go like to Ethiopian restaurant, if you've been to Ethiopian restaurant, you probably have seen this. It's always served on a shared platter. That's usually when I grew up, I used to have a meal like this with my brothers, and so everyone gets a little bit of each side dish. Usually the vegetables are the side dishes, and the main dish will be the stews. Like I have here a lentil stew, and the sauces, like I mentioned, is simmered for a long time before you add the lentil to really get that really rich and nice flavor. And the vegetables are usually lightly seared with garlic and olive oil and onions to keep their brightness and flavor. So I have been teaching cooking classes with PCC, Portland Community College, for about the last 4 years. And so we used to do in person, but now after 2020, it's a Zoom cooking class. And it's been really great to see like everyone in their own kitchen to cook at the same time. And for the cooking classes, I usually send the Ethiopian spices that you wouldn't normally find in stores, and a recipe. And also we sometimes send the frozen injera, so you'll be able to have that. And the cooking classes, I have like mostly vegetarian cooking classes, and also we learn how to make injera. Yeah, so you can find the sauces. So we have 3 kinds. We have a turmeric sauce, and we have a mild, medium with a tomato-based sauce, and we have a spicy one. So you can find all of the spices at New Seasons store and Market of Choice and other co-op stores around Portland and Hillsboro. We also have spices. That's a Burberry spice I have up here. So Burberry is like the main Ethiopian spice. It's basically like everyone has it in their home, and if you have any Ethiopian recipe, most likely it's going to have a berbere. It's a really it's a blend of different kinds of spices, and it's very rich and adds a lot of flavor. Yes, so this is my first year. I was introduced to growing gardens through Elsie. It was Creole Me Up. She makes Haitian sauces, and yeah, I'm actually grateful to work with them. I checked out what they do. It's really amazing. I love what they do of helping communities to grow gardens, which I believe is essential for everyone to know and be able to grow your own plants and have something that's sustainable, and for them to have that mission and carry that. It's amazing. So I'm really grateful to be working with growing gardens. Yeah, so I'm excited to share about Ethiopian food, culture, and spices, because usually what you know about Ethiopia in media is the poverty and all the other troubles that is in Ethiopia, but kind of every country also have other beautiful things that can contribute. And so I think the world is a better place if we all can contribute, and just exciting to have variety and diversity from all over the world. And I'm just excited to be able to be part of that by bringing awareness about Ethiopian food. So we are at Beaverton Farmers Market and Milwaukee Farmers Market in the summer season. So in addition to our sauces, we have prepared food. We have mostly vegetarian dishes. We also have meat dishes, chicken dish. And yeah, we're there all throughout the season at the farmers markets.
All right, y'all. Hope you're going to enjoy this amazing meal. Big thanks to Chef Eleni again. And what an amazing connection and what she's providing for our community, not only with this meal, right, and cooking classes, thinking about how to then make injera, right, fermenting teff and creating this amazing experience, but also creating packaged products that we can all go to a local grocery store and then pick up and support her business, right? So that's kind of part of this series as well, is like, how can we then support Chef Eleni post this dinner, right? What can we do? How can we support Good Rain Farm and Farm DC and Wilderton and Wild Roots and all these other amazing sponsors who have been a part of this dinner, but also of this entire series. So look at the booklet that's in there. There's all the social media hashtags. Post about this dinner. Tag all of these folks who have been a part of this series, because that's another way of then highlighting really what you experienced in this meal. So feel free to do that. Take a look at the booklet. Lots of information in there. But also, this is a time where growing gardens, right? Like, how are we a part of this food system, and what are we trying to do? It's a goal of ours in our 25th anniversary to then increase by 100 perennial donors. And if something that you feel called to do, there's a remit envelope in the basket. You can also go to our website and sign up to be a monthly donor. That could be at any level, at $5 a month, $10 a month, $100 a month, really whatever works for you. And that really supports our work moving forward, so that we can continue to do series like this. We can continue to be innovative and creative to then build a stronger, more cohesive food system. So thank you all so much. Hopefully you've already taken some bites and you're already listening to that playlist here. But anyways, big thanks to you all for being a part of this. Really appreciate it. Feel free to reach out too if you have any questions or comments or want more information. All right, take care.